Alright, so I've got to know something which I would also like to share with you guys. In one of my recent video, I talk about the three aspects of life, which is the mind, which is the source of your thoughts, the spirit, which is the source of your emotion, your feelings, the emotion, and the body, which is the source of your action. So today I want to talk about the mind, because you see the mind also has two aspects to it. You see, one, the left brain hemisphere and the right brain hemisphere, the masculine and the feminine. You see, if you know about the Hermetic principles, the laws of, some people know it as the laws of the universe. So the first, it is 7, and the first is mentalism. The law of mentalism states that everything is mental. The universe, everything is mind. The universe is mental, which means everything is mind. So the mind, when we explore the mind, we come to realize that the mind has two parts to it. One of it is associated with intuitive, which means profound knowing, and the other aspect is also associated with creating, which means to create. Alright, so the thing is, I will use a car as an example. You need to know something before you can. We human being in general, we act according to what we know. So if you don't know something, you cannot do something out of it. You first come to know something before you can act according to what you come to know. So a car, for example, we all know cars, but only few people know how a car works, how a car moves. Like, okay, let's say you know how a car moves, you know it can reverse, you know it use fuel, you know a lot of things like that. That is just knowing. But then you now proceed into knowing. Maybe you now bought a car, or you want to buy a car. You need to know how to drive it, to manipulate it, to make it move actually. So you now proceed into learning how to move that car. So then you proceed into learning it. That one is intuition. That means you want to acquire knowledge about the car, about how you can move it, how you can drive it. That one is intuition. You want to acquire, you want to possess the knowledge of how to move it. So that one is intuition. Then now maybe when you now start, you were told, okay, first you need to put your key, start the car, and then the next thing you need to do this, you need to put it on gear, you need to move it, and all those things. That one is still just knowing. That one is still intuition. All right. So then you proceed into practicing it. Maybe after they've told you everything you need to do, then you proceed into practicing it. Then you start the car yourself. You move it. So you see, it was actually knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Not wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as people used to put it. First is knowledge. First is for you to know. Then understanding is for you to understand how that thing operates, how that car operates. All right. Then wisdom is now when you can move that car. So now you know how that car works, and now you are practicing it. You start the car, you do. So that one is just, you have now proceed into understanding it. And the more you go to understanding it, it will go to a time that you will now master it. And then now you can drive that car, you can move it, you can even run. And now you can even teach it to someone else. That one is now wisdom. That one is now understanding. That one is now, you are now over it. So I explode the brain to a level, and I got to realize that if you explode the brain to a level as well, you will come to be over it. You will understand it. When you know something to the extent you know something, you understand it, and you can manipulate it, you can make it work, you can move it to front. Like the car, for example, you can move it ahead, and you can even reverse, and you can even turn, you can do a lot of things with it. Then that means you've understand it, and you can even teach it to someone else for that person to acquire the knowledge as well. That means you have now overstand it. You are no more under it. You are now over it. So the brain, for example, like I was saying, so the brain, the intuition is when you are acquiring knowledge about the car, how the car works, how the car moves and everything, and now you now practice it, and now you now confirm what you've come to know. Like when you now practice it, you now confirm it, you now have the knowledge, you now have the understanding, you now, with the time you now come to fully understand it, and now you now say, yes, what you know is now true, and you are even practicing and you have now confirmed it. So the other part which is creativity is now when you are now practicing what you know, to the extent of even teaching it to someone else. So that's creativity. So you first need to know something. You first need to know how the brain works. You need to know the brain. You need to acquire the knowledge. You need to do all that. And when you now do all that, and you now start teaching it, for example, also like I knew all these things now. I gather my information, I do everything. I have come to fully know, and now I'm now explaining it. This one that I'm doing now, I'm now creating a video, creating a content. That one is creativity. That means I'm using the full parts of my brain. I'm using the two parts of my brain, the intuition and the creativity, because I've acquired the knowledge and I'm now teaching it. I'm now creating content. I knew the thing and I now create out of what I've come to know. That one is creativity. So that's the two aspects of brain. So this video cannot be long than this, so I'll continue in my next video. Thank you.